All right, this is Jesse on Everything, and I am here with Sammy the Bull Gravano because we're going to have a conversation about the podcast that I just listened to that he's launching on December 16th, which is fucking amazing. So, Sammy, I just listened to your first episode of the Our Thing podcast, which was fucking unbelievable. Like, genuinely fucking unbelievable.
Thank you.
I would say that either way because I'd be scared not to, but it actually is fucking unbelievable.
Well, you were here, I was going to put on the show. You were going to get hit, but now the way you're talking, I may change my mind.
Yeah. Talk to me about what it was like to record this thing. And because honestly, like what struck me about it was like, you felt like you were living the story, listening to it, the way you guys produced it. What was it like to create it?
Well, when I got out of prison, we started playing around with doing this podcast, the entire story of my life. And it wasn't easy to do. It was a hard thing to do, to relive. I'm going back, in some cases, 40, 50 years, and I'm talking about my life. And then I did some artwork in prison, and I got a creative streak in me, and I wanted to do certain things that they normally didn't do. I saw people sitting down at a table with a microphone, and I wanted to do things different. I wanted sound in it, I wanted music in it, and I brought some good people around, little at a time, and I think we put together a great video. I spoke with agents, ex-agents, they retired, and talked to them, and I said, some people are going to come down and talk to you guys. Would you talk to them about your opinion of what went on and stuff like that? Because I don't know what went through their head. Mm-hmm. I know what went through my head, I know what went on, but I don't know how they look at it. So I thought by getting the other side, it would be, for the person who listens, be very entertaining. We got, Special Agent George Gabriel, he was the case agent in the Gotti case and my case. And he really had a tremendous hands-on the whole time. Then other agents who dealt with me and watched me for years, Frank and Maddie, my daughter, and different people. So we wanted to do this, and we started playing around with it. We made some mistakes, and it wasn't easy to put together, and it wasn't easy for me to go back and think about all that shit. There's moments that if you listen to it, they're very emotional. For me, they were. Yeah. Listening to my daughter, what she was saying. As I wasn't in the same room, I listened to the tape like everybody else did. When I heard her talking, it broke my heart.
I almost fucking cried at that part, for real.
I did. Very slightly. It was very emotional for me. I didn't actually cry, but it was very emotional. And I knew by cooperating what it did to her and other people, but they're better for it now. Yeah. I think we talked a little bit where, he got caught on tape.
Yep.
And at the end, we met with tons of lawyers, F. Lee Bailey, all kinds of big name lawyers, and they said, you guys are dead.
Yeah. Let me put some color on that, because basically there's a part in the podcast where John basically asks you to go down and just fucking do life in prison so he can get out. And I had asked you, did he have any chance of beating that case anyway, even if we went that route?
I don't think so, but it was so ironclad, the tapes were so solid that he got caught on, and he talked about shit that we did 4 or 5 years ago. And we got away with these things. He was talking about them, and he was doing different things. He knew he was dead. Yeah. So what he do, he figured he was bad-mouthing me a lot on the tape behind my back. So what he was doing at the end, and I met with lawyers then and after, and his theory was, I could have the lawyers come in at the trial, and this is what he's telling me right to my face, and blame it all on you. You could hear poor John Gotti. He was complaining about Sammy, this green-eyed monster, killed people, took over unions, took over businesses. I didn't do any of those things. But he figured that the jury would say, okay, poor John, it was him. And I'm not saying nothing because I'm told to just sit there like a potted plant. So they're going to assume, well, maybe he's right. Maybe it was him. The tapes show it. I'm not on those tapes. And the tapes that I'm on 9,000 hours of tapes. There wasn't 1 second of those tapes that were used against me or anyone else, ever. The whole 9,000 tapes went down the drain. Diane Sawyer, when she did an interview, she interviewed the agents, and they said he talked about structure, he talked about football, he talked about women, he talked about a million things, him and his crew, but not about crime. Mm-hmm. So, but John didn't repay that favor. He was talking like he had a license to talk in an apartment upstairs. A maid guy had the apartment, passed away, and his wife, old man, old lady, he used that apartment. But he didn't have to be a genius. The FBI, he disappeared from the club. Mm-hmm. Where was he talking? A maid guy had the apartment upstairs.
How'd they figure out to bug that particular apartment?
I think they had an undercover informant told them that he was going in that apartment to talk. Mm. And they waited for her to go out. They broke in, and then they bugged the apartment. And the tapes were crystal clear.
I've heard them, yeah.
Yeah, they're horrible. I mean, and he's talking about really crazy stuff, talking about the Castellano hit.
Yeah.
That was something that we would never talk about. Matter of fact, the agents complained after I cooperated, and they said, you kept saying you think the cops killed Castellano. And I said, yes. Whenever somebody brought up about Castellano, I would say, my theory is I think the cops did it.
Yep.
So I knew I was fucking up the tapes. I knew the places were bugged. I knew where to say that. But I guess he didn't. And everything he said was damaging, not only to me, to Frankie LaCasio. Tommy Gambino got pinched. A lot of people don't talk about him, but he got pinched. He pled guilty. It was a small case. And but the whole mafia, the whole thing. I often say, you get 15 guys who cooperated. Put them together with all of their testimony and everybody they put away. John did more damage with his mouth than all 15 of them put together. Let me tell you a quick funny story. When I did the book, and I did an interview with Diane Sawyer, he told his son, I think it was, to get him the book. And he told a friend of his to get the book. I think it was his friend or his son, I don't know. Somebody sent it right away, somebody didn't. And the guy said, John asked him, how come you didn't send it right away? He said, well, I read the book, and he's a fucking rat, he's a liar. And John said, he might be a lot of things, but he's not a fucking liar. I read the whole fucking book already. You're a fucking liar that you read the book and you didn't send it to me when I asked you to send it. He was the man. But the agents, I was talking to them then, said, what a statement, Sammy. That John Gotti himself doing life is saying that you're not a liar. I thought that was a pretty cool thing. I asked for the tape. Could I have the tape? They said no. That they took it out and got rid of it, or you're never going to see it, or whatever. And they have their ways to do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, like I was telling you, Underboss is the very first book that I ever read for leisure. And so going into listening to the podcast, I thought there was going to be a bunch of stuff on there that I already knew, but there's a lot of new stuff on there. There's
yeah.
I seriously can't exaggerate how fucking good that is. How good the podcast is. It's exceptional.
I appreciate it. I put my heart and soul in it. I've been working on it with a good team for the past couple of years, and we bounced around, and we were doing it like a regular podcast. Then we put in, some people came on board, and we got a little more theatrical with it. Then we went to another level, and now we have it to an unbelievable level. What you heard is the audio part of it. Yeah. That's what we were doing. So that's what we're going to show on
December 16th, right?
December 16th. It's the 35th anniversary of the Castellano hit. Mm-hmm. And it's not the actual Castellano hit, but it's the lead up and the after effects of it. And it's a 43-minute tape. So we're going to show that. That'll be season 1, episode 1. But season 1, episode 2, we're redoing it because now we're adding video to it. So it'll be both. And I finally got my way like a little kid, jumping up and down. I'm not a little kid, but I got my way with it. And Now I got a great team. We just, amazing stories with that. A guy, Richie's like my bro now, and I knocked on his door. I got an office for my son, and right next door it said something about filming, and I said, let me knock on the door. I knocked on the door. We're going back about almost 2 years, I think. And Richie came to the door, and I said, what kind of filming do you do here?
Yeah.
And I came in, he showed me around. We talked for a little while. We've been together for 2 years, working on this stuff. And my son had his own business. Now he's got his nose in this, and he's really focused on stuff. And then we were hiring somebody, and there was this woman came in. She did some filming for a band and some.
That's this one, right?
That's that one.
Nice.
Little one, little tiny thing, five foot. You know how gangsters
Beautiful.
are. I gave her a nickname, Peanuts.
Yeah.
So now people will see her in the grocery store. Peanuts, is that you? She says, that's me.
Yeah.
So all this stuff. I mean, and we got a good team going. I got a guy who does some editing, and now I got a director coming on board. I became very friendly with him. Now he's coming on board with us. I don't know if I can say his name.
It's a big joint here.
Yeah.
This is way, I mean, I obviously watched all the videos. This is a way bigger kind of operation than I expected.
It's over 4,000, 40-something hundred square feet.
Yeah.
And my son's office is right next door, and he's got 4,000 square feet. So
Yeah.
we bounce different things around. Me and Richie, like I said, we didn't have any big money, but we broke our ass putting the studio together, piece by piece. And this is the basement of Sammy's club. And you can see it looks like water on the windows.
Yeah.
Like I put up a lot of the pictures. My hero, James Cagney, when I was a kid.
Yep.
And there's Lucky Luciano, Al Capone,
Yep.
The Godfather.
It's just like the story you just told in that
Carl
last
Gambino.
video, though. Like where you were talking about, you know, when you came in with the club and how you were sweeping the floor and doing all this shit. It's like,
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
You know, I get my fingers what I do, whatever. And, you know, I went to some studio, and they were, I don't want to say the guy's name, but, you know, he's very big. And everybody's kissing his ass. Mr. I'm going to use Jones. I don't want to use his name. Mr. Jones, would you like coffee? None of my people who work with me, and I don't even call them employees. They're not employees to me. They're part of my team,
Yeah.
part of my family. We work together, we laugh. I keep them in meetings all the time. I think we got a great environment going. We laugh a lot, we talk a lot, we joke. And me, my mouth. But yeah, I enjoy doing what I'm doing. I mean, I'm up in age. I don't want to be in a rocking chair smoking a cigar in the backyard.
Yeah.
I'd rather be here and deal with people and have some fun. I'm good in construction, but right now, physically, this is perfect for me.
Yeah.
You know, talking and filming and recording, especially I'm talking about my life, but I'm talking about a lot of things beyond my life. I want this to become something. This is part of my legacy.
Yeah.
What I was my entire life. And I want people to understand it. I'm part of the good, the bad, and the ugly. I don't duck what I did. I don't lie about it. I don't exaggerate. I don't have to. I got these stories legitimate. And I want the people not only to understand me, it's not about me. I want them to understand the true meaning of Cosa Nostra, the mafia. How it started, where it started. And I'm trying to develop that where people could listen. And I got a million questions when I put these videos out of all different kinds of people, situations, and it's great. I mean, I'm enjoying it.
The two stories that you told that, to me, I think best kind of personified that life beyond all the shit that's in the movies were the story that you told about why Paul Castellano having the affair with his maid was just unacceptable to you guys because of how you viewed him and how you viewed his wife, you know.
Right.
And then also the one about Carlo talking to the Toto, yeah. I hope you don't love me like you love your wife.
That's the way we look at it in the mob. It's a secret society. It's a brotherhood. When I first hooked up with the Colombo family, they had the second part of the Gallo War. And I was a pup. I was with them. And Shorty Sparrow called me in. He says, go home and pack your bags. We're going to hit the mattresses. There wasn't a million movies back then about hitting the mattress. I didn't even know what he was talking about. What are you talking about? He says, we're at war with the Gallows. They're going to try and kill us. We're going to try and kill them. And now you're going to be with this pack. We're a pack of wolves. So are they. So anyway, I go there and I says, okay, I'm going to hit the mattresses. I don't have any problem. I got my clothes. And I said, I got a couple of guys who owe me money. No, don't ever mention money to me again. Why? Because you don't leave the pack. Forget about money. We'll feed you. We'll take care of you. You don't need money. All these people don't owe me the money no more? Nope. Maybe after this is over, if you're still alive, you can go collect it. And says, well, I mean, and as soon as I says, you know what I mean, he cuts me short. He says, listen, let me explain it to you. They're a pack of wolves as well, I told you. They're looking to kill us. They watch us. It's not easy to hit 10, 12 of us. We're a pack of wolves. But as soon as you stray away to meet this guy to pick up your money every week at Tuesday, sooner or later they'll be waiting by that guy's house and you're going to get killed. You want to get laid? As soon as you go there, oh, he likes that girl. All right, we'll be by the house there. Sooner or later they're going to catch you and you're going to get killed for your dick. If you want to do something, go and jerk off. Forget women, forget money, forget everything. And I thought about it. He was right. Because that's what we were watching. Did any of the Gallows sneak away for a woman or a date or go look to go collect money or go anywhere by themselves away from the pack? Well, we were going to go after him.
Yeah.
So I learned that pretty early in life with the mob, and it made sense. So money is not our God. There's a lot more to the life than money. Even though money and movies and everything pops up, and it is important, but it's not the main thing in Cosa Nostra. We don't kill for money. We don't get paid for it. People say, how much did you get? No money. That's not us.
Yeah.
We do not kill for money. Now, did anybody? I'm sure somebody did, but every organization, every walk of life have bad apples. From cops to soldiers to mafia to everybody. I'm not saying they all killed, but they got bad apples. We had bad apples too. I'll give you an example. This guy Huck, who became a made guy, he was around me. And he came to me one time and he said, this guy, pretty wealthy guy, he wanted to pay us $25,000 to kill his wife. I said, Huck, we don't do that. He says, I know. I'm just telling you what he did. I said, all right, go back to him. Tell him we'll do it. Tell him to give us half the money, $12,000 up front, and $12,000, $13,000 after it's done. I thought we don't do that. We're not. But we're getting the $12,000. We're going to teach him a lesson. When you want to get rid of your wife, there's a divorce court. But you're never getting that $12,000 back.
Yeah.
So take a walk.
Yeah. We don't have a policy against robbing assholes.
That right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, I'm very excited to hear more of the podcast. So December 16th, I can't. There's nothing I'm going to say where you've never heard a podcast like this, and there's just no bullshit behind that, and you'll understand when you guys hear it. It's fucking amazing. I'm glad that I listened to it. I'm glad I came out.
I appreciate it, and it was my pleasure to have you here and talk with you.
Yeah.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you.
And you do a great job. I saw you running around with that. I'm looking at that TikTok. Yeah. Now, I was supposed to go out like this with those with those girls do, but my wife.
Yeah, I don't do that kind of
My
TikTok.
ex-wife says, if you do that and chop out, don't come near me no more.
Yeah, yeah.
So I won't do it.